Ututoma, ehihoma, abalioma, whatever the time says at your end, and day one, your mom. You're welcome back to Learn Igbo with Naza. It is the only place where language meets culture. And as you know the vibes, you are going to like, you are going to share, you're going to subscribe, and you are also going to be a part of this family because why not? Today we're going to be looking at tenses in Igbo language. We're going to be looking at the present tense, the past tense, the future tense, and the perfection tense. Do well to stay in class and come with your pen and books. Let's get to class. Tenses in Igbo language is called tensi. Tense. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the present tense, the past tense, the future tense, and the perfection tense. Now, the present tense is called tense nganihu. Nganihu because it is an action that is currently happening at the time of speech. Now we're going to be looking at tense ndinazu. Now that is the past tense. Tense ndinazu because it is at the back. It is an action that has already been completed while the speaker is speaking. Tense ndinihu, on the other hand, is the future tense, the tense that is scheduled to happen in the future. Then mecha, the tense mecha, is an action that has already been completed. Now, the difference between the past tense and the perfection tense is the action was done in the past, but it didn't stipulate whether it was completed. But the perfection made mention of the fact that an action has been completed. Now, let's take for example, you want to cook stew, rice, and vegetable soup. Now, the past tense stipulates that you cooked soup or you cooked food in the past, but it didn't make mention of whether the action, whether you cooked rice, the stew, and the vegetable you want to cook. But for the perfection, it made mention that the whole thing you planned that you want to cook, vegetable, soup, stew, all the things that you scheduled to cook, you completed everything. So the perfection talks about actions that has already been completed in full, but the past only talks about actions that was performed in the past. Now moving on, it is important to note here that only verbs in Igbo language take tenses, which means that the only part of speech that takes tense is the Igbo verbs. Now we've done videos on verb and I want you to please click on the link above if you've not watched that video because it can only flow only when you checked out the video on tenses. Now when you are done watching the video on verbs, please come back and watch the one on tenses. All right, now like I said before, only verbs in Igbo language take tenses. Let's dive right into it. We have the present tense, which is tense nganihu. You're correct, tense nganihu. Now let's also look at wo. Let's say it together. I want to go wo. Now wo is kill. Okay, wo is kill. Now in Igbo present tenses are represented with na hyphen. So na hyphen the verb. Now let's say we're working with wo as the verb. You write the na, the hyphen, and the verb you're working with. Now there is also a little twist to it. You don't just write the verb like that. You use the act of doing of that verb. Now we have wo. Now the act of doing is the a or e attached as a prefix before the verb. A or E attached as a prefix before the verb. Now, to know the exact one to attach, you're going to attach it based on vowel harmony. You can also click on the link above to watch our video on vowel harmony. When you do that, come back and you will be able to flow very well. Now, when you attach the A or E, depending on the vowel harmony to the verb, you can now insert it to the verb position in the present tense. So, na hyphen wo, but we can't use wo. Now, if you've watched the video on vowel harmony, you know that the right pronoun that will be attached to that is the e. So you have na ebu, na ebu. Okay, the main verb is gbu. The main verb is gbu, which has o attached to it to make it wo, right? Now you have na ebu, na ebu. So the present tense of that wo is na ebu. Let's use ko, which is plant. Ko, plant. Now, if you want to attach the present tense of this verb, ko, so vowel harmony tells us that the pronoun that should fit where there is what? A, that's correct. So we now have aku as the act of planting. So the present tense of ko is what? Nako. Good. Now you have ro. Now ro means walk. Ro, walk. Now following the process we've been working with, ru, main verb, can't stand alone, you now attach o to make it work, ro. Now since the main verb is ru, you now attach act verb, which is a because it's vowel harmony. Aru, so ro, present tense, naru. Ba, present tense, good, na ba. Sie, present tense, nice. Well done. So now let's form examples with the present tense. Ba, na ba. That's the present tense, right? So example, Chioma na ba egwu. Chioma na ba egwu, which means that Chioma is dancing. Present tense, na hyphen, and then the act of dancing verb aba, and then egwu, which is dance. So Chioma na ba egwu. Chioma is dancing. Now corn, which is plant. Corn, plant. As you already know, corn is like the whole sentence, the whole verb. Ku, the main verb, ku, can't stand alone. We now have ko, right? Good. Now the present tense is what? Na hyphen. That's perfect. Now because it's the present tense, we work with the act of planting, which is what? Ako. Good. It is ako because of what? Vowel harmony. You're doing so well. Now the present tense is now what? Nako. Nako. Now example is ani nako ede. Ani nako ede. We are planting cocoyam. Ani, we. Please watch that video on pronouns. It is there. Click on it and watch it. Okay? Ani, we. Nako, present tense, planting. Cocoyam, a day. Ani nako a day. It reminds me of a song. Onye nako a day. That is another video. Okay, calm down. Now I'm well aware that you've learned about the present tense. Okay, present tense na hyphen the act verb.